I'm Griffith Adolphus, and I'm here to start your live stream. We've not been having conversations for a while now, and that's because I've not been around. But from now, we have to be doing this much more often. It's 9 p.m. I can see you guys greeting already. There is Ken Bill. Ken Bill is greeting. Yeah, hello to you too. Bolu Atife, yeah, hello to you too. Sunday, God praise, hello to you too. Emmanuel Obudaya, hello to you too. So there are a lot of people here. I can't greet everybody. Akande, yeah, Akande, hello to you too. How do you do? God praise, hello. Anas, hello. Musa, hello to you. Bolu Atife, yeah, hello. Matthew, hello. Yeah, Jude, hello. Emmanuel, hello, and Henry, hello. Yeah, so we have to start our conversation this beautiful evening. Let's see. I would love to see myself as well. Yeah. So sorry, I'm looking down. I have there are a lot of screens around me. I have to uh, take a look at you guys and look at the comment section as well. Yes, Chilex, it's been a very long time. Good evening to you too. And Achibong, good evening to you too. Kembil, hi. Um, it's nice meeting you guys. It's nice to be back. It feels good to be back. I was really busy for a while, and it's been a lot of code, writing code here and there, trying to. I told you guys it's not easy working for you guys. A lot of you want to work for a software engineering company. It's so not easy. Even when I have resigned, my boss keeps paying me my salary, so so I'll keep coming to work. It's crazy. Uh, you really want to be an entrepreneur. Trust me when I tell you, having a skill as good as this, software engineering is the best skill that you can have. And in the WinMingle community, we encourage you to be an entrepreneur. And that's exactly why our classes are built the way that they are built. They are built to transition, to transform everybody that learn in our community into a tech entrepreneur. Before you graduate from the WinMingle community, you should have built something. We have a 5 project-based structure for the community. And this 5 project-based structure is such that your first and second project is how we ensure that you understand all programming concepts and conventions. For all of you in the training, you already see the projects. You have a lot of learning materials, you have a lot of assignments and projects as well. So if you're able to complete the first 2 projects, the printf and the simple shell project, we are sure that you now understand the basics of software engineering. We don't see there's this problem with software engineers. Usually in this part of the world, we learn haphazardly. So you see a typical programmer, he knows how to write, let's say, Python, because he learned on YouTube. He took a YouTube course where he learned Python. So he's restricted to writing Python code. So just imagine you are employed in a software engineering company, right? Like we do. What our job feels like is they employ you to come write code for a company. A company pays the tech company, and you are the software engineer. You have to work in a team, right? To build whatever platform that the company has employed your company to build for them, or to even update an existing platform, right? So you have to learn and understand the code base, the existing code base. You, aside from having to learn and understand the existing code base, you still, need to write your own code and attach to it, regardless of the language, the tech, infrastructure that was used to build the platform you are trying to update, you know, which is to say that the software engineering company you work for do not care about your tech stack. You need to be, flexible. You need to be able to learn a new language in 2 weeks, in 1 week. That's how you build for a tech company. That's how you know, you start building something, or start updating the code that was built in, let's say, React Native, or Flutter, and that. When these are languages you've not learned, right, in training, but we are teaching you all the concepts that you need to understand to make learning any programming language easy. So that's why you see that your assignments are really difficult. See, programming is the same regardless of the language. If statements are always going to be if statements, functions are always going to be functions, data types are always going to be data types, arrays will be arrays, structures will be structures, right? They are not going to change. The only thing that change when it comes to programming and programming languages is the syntax, right? So you write a new programming language and they're like, oh, in this language, you don't have to put a semicolon at the end like Python is. That's the difference between Python and C, right? A lot of you guys are already writing Python code, right? We are teaching Python. So you don't worry, I'm going to give time, for you guys to ask your questions, so we talk. For now, I want you to understand how the job feels like. I want you to know where you're headed, to have a sense of direction. That's why I have to do a little bit of, you know of telling you what the work entails. So the only thing that changes, yes, somebody here is saying the basics itself is deep. Yes, that's basically what we are trying to do in the WinMingle community. We are trying to make sure that your foundation is strong. You know, that's why we are ensuring that you need to understand the basics. The basics is everything. If you start working in a tech community, in a tech business, in a tech company, if you start working as a software engineer in a software engineering company, they will keep sending you out to go build new projects with different languages that you don't write prior to this time. Like recently, I've not been available. The language I've been writing was Perl and Tico. You know, it took me an average of a month to start getting comfortable writing Perl and Tico, right? You guys should go find out what Perl is, what Tico is. And the reason why I'm able to do this is, as you guys all know, you guys in training, my foundation is strong. My foundation is really strong. So I understand all concepts, all conventions. See, when you're writing code, basically what you want to do is instruct the computer, right? You want to instruct the computer to do things, to do different things, to solve the problem that you are trying to solve. And instructing the computer is giving to the computer a series of commands, which are a series of if statements, a series of functions, a series of, storing data in structures or in arrays and all of that. If you look at your training materials, you realize that this is what we are trying to make you understand. We are using one of the most difficult, languages, C programming, to ensure that you understand this concept, that the concept of if statements, we have like a lot of assignments for you to play with and have the concept of if statements at the back of your fingers to ensure that if statement is an if statement to you, like you understand what an if statement and all the different variations of an if statement. You understand, what assignment operators are. You understand, everything that you need to know. You need to understand these things before you can work in the tech community, which is to say that every single assignment that you have in your amongst your training materials is very important. This is how you build a very formidable background for a software engineering. Now, this does not apply to only people that want to work in a software engineering community. It does not apply to that. Oh, that reminds me, the way we teach you, we start by teaching you bash code, bash scripting. We shift your focus to bash scripting. We make you understand what Linux is, how interpreters work, and make you work directly in your terminal with your codes being sent to GitHub. We want you guys to understand how to store things. These codes you store in GitHub, what it does for you is it's our way of helping you build your portfolio. So see what happens in recent times. In recent times, employers don't care about your certificate because certificates don't cut it in software engineering. You can graduate from Harvard and still not be a programmer, right? Because this is practical knowledge. It takes somebody that is doing it to do it very well. I was in school, I was in River State during my BSc level. I graduated from BSc in accounting some years ago, and I was the best programmer in the whole of my university at the time. I was just quiet, but I knew how to write code more than the entire computer science. When I graduated from UST, I had my first job. Do you understand? I had my first job. I was not even a software engineer. I was not even certified at the time when I got my first job. And it laid the foundation for my growth in software engineering. It laid the foundation for me to go to school. It laid the foundation for me to be able to afford the heavy training fees to become certified as a software engineer. I got my first job as an accountant. Why? Because I knew how to write code. I was very good at it at the time. So a lot of people keep complaining, hey, I have work. Yes, I was working at the time as well. I came from a humble home, right? So I would go to school and go to work. I literally get to my house by 9 p.m., around 9 p.m., 10 every day. Yet I had the time to study. I had the time to write code. I'm going to teach you guys. I'm trying as much as possible to make sure that these live sessions serve as a guide, to you all to ensure that your journey in software engineering does not take you too long as mine took me, right? Mine did not actually take me too long because I I I I already had a job while graduating from the university. So I paid for my first house immediately. As I was going for NYSC, I just paid for my house. Like I paid for the house, fully furnished it before I left for NYSC, and I came back to my house. I was no longer staying with my parents. I was young, very young, but software engineering was my backbone. Like coding is, trust me, you need to understand the concepts of every single concept we are teaching you. You need to clearly understand it. Some people feel like nowadays, like AI cuts it, right? AI is to make your work faster. It does not mean that you will not understand. The people that are going to succeed using AI to build products, services, to build software businesses are people that already know how to write code. Why? AI is not going to help you do debugging. AI is not going to help you control cyber attacks. AI is not going to help you, you know. Imagine AI built a website for you, right? There are a lot of things that you need to implement that the only place you can find this knowledge is in training, right? So you come online on, let me give you a typical example. You come online on what do they call it, on Amazon, or okay, here we have a lot of Africans, so you come online on Jumia, and Jumia is already showing you let's say you browsed about a shoe recently on Google. You browsed about a shoe recently on Google, and Jumia is already showing you this shoe. Like, do you want to buy this shoe, right? Jumia knows that recently you were talking to Google about a shoe. AI is not going to implement this for you, man. Like, you have to understand how to write code. You need to know how to program. You need to know what environment parameters are, what environment variables are. These are all the things that we are giving you on a platter, right? Um, let's talk about deployment, right? We are teaching you by the time you finish your third project, you realize that we are teaching you deployment. So you are not relying on these hosting companies for your deployment. You can do your deployment from your um, terminal directly. What this means is that you know you can manage and scale a big business. You can upscale. AI is not going to do that for you, right? A lot of the people you see on the internet saying, hey, I use AI to build an application and now I'm making millions. Come, let me teach you how to use AI and build. They just need your money. They want to teach you how to go and prompt ChatGPT to build a web page for you. That's easy. Like it's some of the things we are going to be talking about on these regular live streams because I want you guys to be faster. I want your growth to be faster. I want people to start graduating. Like I need you guys to grow faster. It's very important to me. Because of what we do, we have a lot of people texting us, be like, hey, come build this for me, come build that for me, and we are yet to have the staff strength to, build all of these products, which is to say that we need more graduates here in the WinMingle community. We need a lot more of you guys to be graduating to have full understanding of what you are doing, right? So we would ensure that these live training sessions come off more, often. And sometimes I'm going to be building some stuff for you guys on the live training session to ensure that you people know how I think as a senior engineer. Yes, I want you to understand how I think. I want you to understand. See, programming is not difficult. It is the little things that form the big things, right? So the little if statement here and there, little data storing here and there, little plus and minus, that forms the big things, the big games you play here and there. So I want as much as possible to have you guys grow, right? Let me see the comment section and see what you guys are saying there. Somebody is saying sometimes implementation, application. Somebody is saying yes, we need that sense of direction. Yeah, exactly. We need the sense of direction. So that's why we have to do these live streams more often. Some days it's going to be for us to build some things. Some days it's going to be for us to talk about some topics. Sometimes I just want to show you possibilities, things that you should know that is possible, right? There are a lot of things that are very possible that you guys should be knowing and doing, as uh, what do they call it? You know, yeah, somebody here is saying it's really funny. I'm in accounting department, River State University. Yeah, I was your predecessor in that university. I was in your department and your lecturers know me, right? Good evening, amiable instructors and colleagues. House, yeah, good evening to you too. Someone saying thank you. Yeah, thank you too. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Um, Good evening, everyone. Okay, somebody is saying I'm missing. What? You're not missing anything. You're here. So we are still going on. The live is still available. We need more live and probably collaboration session. Oh, okay. We can do all of that. There's everything is possible. We are available. I already taught you guys how to use GitHub. So collaboration is very easy. It's just about creating branches, right? And merging when you're done. So that's how software engineering works. Anyways, let's go back to what we were talking about. I was telling you guys about how the little things form the big things, right? So if you have complete understanding of all programming concepts, all the topics that are in your your course outline, right? You you will let's we'll open the course outline and look at them. I have a few things to explain to you guys. This is just to ensure that we know what we are doing. I want you guys to know what you're doing. I want everybody in this community to be good. So first of all, before I talk about the things, the concepts that you should understand, all concepts that I want you to have a strong understanding of, I was telling you about what AI can do for you and what AI cannot do. AI can build a full web page, but you cannot make money depending on AI. You need to understand the code base. If there's an error, AI is not going to fully understand your prompt to fix the bug for you unless you know where the error is coming from and you are copying only that part to AI and telling it the exact error, the problem. So the only people that can make money using AI are developers. AI is not stealing the job of software engineers. We build the AI, right? We are the ones building the AI. We own it. AI, there's AI for software engineers that started building AIs for almost every kind of job you want to think about, right? So you should learn and start building and managing your own AI as well and start earning these subscription fees from your household, right? I want you guys to grow as much as possible to be like me. I've been at home all week, all month, but I barely go out. Like the last time I went out, I think that day I went out really early in the morning and I had some things to do. It was really crazy because I came out by 7 a.m. It was raining. There was a lot of hold up and I was frustrated. I was like, locked. I was jammed in traffic. I was like, is this what people go through every day? And staring out through my window, I was seeing a lot of people under the rain, trekking to work and all of that. I don't want you guys going through that, man. You need to understand this job very well. If you understand what we are doing here, trust me, you work from home the rest of your life. You don't have to go out. You know, a lot of you want to transition to this level. I was like you before. I used to go out every day, go struggle. I told you guys I used to go to school, from school to work. It was crazy. But recently I live in my house. Like people don't even know that I work. You get, but I work. We that work, you know, at home. We work more than people that do 9 to 5 because we don't have closing time. It's just that we don't have a starting time as well. So we can work. Some days we decide we are not working at all and we don't work at all. Right? It's our decision. And that's the kind of leverage that software engineering can give you if only you take it seriously and understand every single thing that we are talking about in this program. So like I said, there are a lot of concepts that as a software engineer you should understand, have full knowledge of, such that when you start writing a new language it's not going to be difficult, that you're not going to have issues, right? um I am going to talk about a few of them. So in your training, we are teaching the basics, right? Using C. We taught functions, what functions are, and if you take a look at your materials, you realize that there are a lot of assignments to teach you every single variation, how a function could be. We talk about pointers as well. We use pointers in functions, function pointers. We talked about a pointer pointing to another pointer. When you have those double asterisks before the name of the variable on your code. We talk a whole lot. A lot of you are still struggling with what pointers are in C. I told you guys that's how we change the value in a container. It's very easy. It's a very simple concept, but there's a way you look at it and it becomes so difficult. So if you want to learn and understand, I'm not here to explain to you what one single concept is. We'll do that in our future lives. If you want to understand it very well, tell ChatGPT, hey, explain what the pointer is to me in the most simple way to make, like, there was this coding for dummies, coding book for dummies. Like, I thought it was JavaScript for dummies. There was a way they were explaining things. It was really easy. So talk to ChatGPT, talk to Gemini, talk to Claude, talk to any of the AIs that you use on your phone and tell it, hey, explain what the pointer is to me in the most simple way possible, and it will explain to you in the most simple way. Pointers are very easy. It's a very easy concept, but for a newbie, you could struggle with it, since the values stored in the containers and those addresses could change. So go back to it, look at it very well. We already have all the materials that you should understand. We have a lot of assignments there on your training platform. We are teaching you guys about data structures. Data structures are really important. You need to understand what data structures are. We taught you about lists. you know I think we taught list after structures, right? You need to understand what a list is, how to create a list, how we append things in a list. We thought as well about recursion. These are concepts that you need to understand. They are concepts you need to implement in your code. When you understand these concepts, you now write code with more understanding, right? You sometimes you see a junior engineer. The difference between a junior engineer's code and a senior engineer's code is that the junior engineer's code has a lot of ups and downs, right? Sometimes if you read his code, you lose track on everything. Why? Because he's like doing cut and join. There are certain things that you could actually write in one line. You could, if you had more understanding of what programming is. But junior engineers would use like 10 to 15, 20, 30 lines to solve the same problem. So that's another major problem. We are going to be talking about that. Like I said, I'm going to come online to build some uh, applications as well, web applications with you guys, to ensure that you understand how a senior engineer thinks, right? It's very important. We talked about bit manipulation, right? In training. This is another concept you really need to understand. Like, what's the shortest route you could take to solve a problem? When we talk about optimization, it's very important. We want our code to solve problems with less resources, right? We want our code to solve problems with less resources. Recently, there are a lot of AIs, video generation AIs, and it takes a lot of RAM, like GPUs. It's difficult. Like, we don't run those AIs on our CPUs. So if you want to build a video generation AI, you have to depend on a GPU. You can rent one, right? You can pay for a cloud infrastructure to rent a GPU that you use to build a video AI. And I'd recommend, don't start from scratch. Leverage on already existing open source work on GitHub to build. So it makes you really fast. You can build your own video generation AI instead of paying for all of these guys doing posting on social media. They pay for uh, other AIs. As a software engineer, you can build something. You can build an entire movie cinema, right? It's crazy what you can do from the standpoint of your house. There are like a lot of things you can do to make money. You don't need to work anywhere. Trust me. Um, they're just like a lot. So if you rent a GPU, you want to manage space, right? You don't want to utilize all the space. We are talking about memory management. You need to understand bit manipulation. You need to write scalable code, well optimized, right? So you don't want to have redundant data being stored in memory, right? These are things that senior engineers think about. Juniors don't think about at all, right? So there's a whole lot that we need to understand, things that we need to cover. These are things that we need to talk about in our sessions, in our live sessions. Programming is not difficult, trust me. All you need to do is understand the basics. It's very, very important. Like, it's not difficult at all. You just need to understand the basics, which are these things that I'm talking about. We taught you guys about file redirection. We taught you in Bash. We taught you in C programming, right? It's there in your assignments and materials to learn. It's a very important concept. Many a times people write code in Python, PHP. There are certain things that you do that you should just use Bash, trust me, to solve and do a cron job. There are certain things you do on your computer that are like residual tasks. As a programmer, you should not do residual tasks. What I mean by residual tasks is something you do recurrently, right? You have to automate aspects of your work that you do over and over again. If you ever work in a company with a computer, and there are certain things that you do, the same thing. Let's say record this and that. You are recording things from this page to that file and all of that, and you keep doing that every day. You are wrong. Come on, we are teaching people here in the WinMingle community. You see, anything you do with a computer, the same thing, and you do it always, You have to automate the process, man. Run a cron job on that computer to solve that problem for you. So you don't have to do that ever again. Right? So this for administrative people who that do administrative secretariat jobs and all of that. You don't have to do one work twice. It's wrong from the software engineer point of view. Very wrong. Very, very wrong. Same thing with your code. When you write code, a lot of you will be building your project soon, right? Some of you are already building your projects. You know, you don't write a function twice. There are certain things that you do in your code, certain actions that should be functions, reusable components in your code. If it's a Python, you build a model. It can be another script that you're pulling into your current script, right? To solve a particular problem. So if you solve the problem once, you don't want to solve that problem again. All you have to do is put it in a function block. We've taught this in the WinMingle software engineering. We've taught you, we've done a lot of examples, assignments that you should complete yourself to ensure that you fully understand the concepts of functions and how functions work, right? These are the things that we want you guys to do. We want you guys to understand this. Understand the reason for these live streams is for you all to understand what we are teaching you, what your assignments, what we want you to learn after completing all your assignments and projects, right? So that's why we have this live stream. We want you to understand the reason why you are here, right? So we'll be having these live streams regularly, and I think we'll be having them in the evenings like this. It's going to be regular. I think maybe twice a week or once a week as my availability would allow. But then the live streams are very important because I want you guys to grow. I want to have people in this community that can do the job, people that I can rely on in the long run. So we taught you guys a lot. Variedic functions, right? We taught you guys variedic functions. Who can remember what a variedic function is? Let's see. So can somebody in the chat, let's go look at the chat. Remember what a variedic function is? So let me see what you guys are saying. We need more lives. Collaboration sessions. Yeah, that was the last message I saw. Thank you for your efforts, sir. Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm trying my possible best to ensure that we all grow. I would have been in the 5th month by now. For my system got spoiled. Oh, sorry about that. We all face that, right? We all have our systems getting bad and getting good. These are the issues. These are the things that you need to see. I faced this issue some years ago, let's say 10 years ago, and I was much younger and things were not I was not financially stable. There were times I was borrowing laptop. I started learning software engineering with my phone, right? I started learning with my phone. I was consistent. I could not afford a laptop. Like, who dashed me laptop then? I could not afford a laptop. I started with my phone. But consistency, when you know where you're going to, man, nothing sets you back. That's why a lot of people that wanted to learn recently on the WinMingle training session, I happily told them to use their phones. If you don't have a laptop, you could actually start by using your phone. It's your zeal that will. One of the most serious students in this training, I think somebody from Core 2. He was the best in Core 2 then. I don't know about now. That guy was using his phone. He did not have a laptop, but his consistency was crazy. It was very crazy. He was a very consistent person. I think he's on my scholarship program. Yeah, he's there. He just waved. He just waved us in the comment section. His consistency was crazy, and he's still there. He's here on this live stream. That's his hand waving on my computer there. So you guys just need consistency, man. It's not about the kind of gadgets you are using. Some of you will be using a phone, an Android phone, iPhone, whatever kind of phone you're using, you can use it to write code. So I taught you guys how to use your iPhone. If you don't know how to use your iPhone, then be my guest. Yeah, that reminds me. Everybody on this live stream, if you're not following this page, go and follow it now. So I don't have to do a lot of reminding you. You see notification, follow it and follow the page and turn on your notification, right? So that whenever we go live, you get a notification that we are live. For the training is going to be regular, so it's very important. Follow the page, share the page as well. We want people as much as possible to know what we are doing in the WinMingle community, right? So share the page, share to your friends. Don't get this knowledge alone. Don't be greedy. We want more people to grow. See, the world is transitioning uh, from the. I'm even saying the world is transitioning. The world has actually transitioned from the information age to the intelligence age, and a lot of people don't know. A lot of people are still behind. See, the people that are going to be making much more money in the future of the world, in the closest future of the world, are software engineers. So yes, people that embrace artificial intelligence are going to make money, right? But the people that are actually going to be in control of how money is being made and spent, these people are software engineers. Why? We are already building AIs for the common man to depend on, right? We're already building the AIs, and subscription fees are already really crazy. Trust me, subscription fees now it's crazy. If you know something about any skill that is sought out for, any product that is sought out for by the general public, in the long run, the price of acquiring that product would increase, right? So now that people don't even know uh, uh, about AIs are getting expensive right now. Like a lot of you cannot pay for premium Gemini, premium Claude, premium ChatGPT. You can't even afford it anymore. Yet it is not the order of the day right now. A lot of people, like, trust me, 95% of people don't use AI for their task and still do things manually. 95% of people, like, the only thing people now do recently, a lot of people now do, is to prompt AI to help them write things, you know, form a message for them. They don't solve the problem. And this is where the world is transitioning to the AI age, where every single task and problem that will be dealt with is going to be dealt with by AI, by a computer program. You know, what is this AI? AIs are software programs, right? Built by software engineers. Before now, we we used to, you know, build one-offs. Software engineers used to build one-offs. Like a company hire you, you build for them, they pay you, and you're done. But recently, software engineers realized that we could build, own the product, and have everybody pay subscription fees to use them, right? And then the entire world be like, AI, have you seen this AI that translates audio to video? Have you seen this AI that does this? Have you seen this AI that does that? This is software engineers, this is just our business right now, right? And for language models, we currently don't build language models because of the data infrastructure that it requires, right? So we allow the national level programming, uh, what have you, like programming contest. You know, the AI, the Americans would want to build their own language model. The Chinese would want to build, Russians want to build, right? We don't have data structure for that. Anyway, people like single individuals like Mark Zuckerberg, you know, like what do they call it, Elon Musk. These people have the resources to build a language model because they have like a very crazy data plant, you know, where they can store data and train these AIs, right? What we do is we leverage on their APIs, the API of the language model that they've created, to build our own AIs if we want it to behave like a human being, if we want it to have this communication intelligence, right? So AIs are easy to build. They are built by people like us. They are built by software engineers, right? So if you want to be able to build a software engineering business, build an AI, build a tech business of any kind, any sort, you need to fully understand every single concept that we are teaching, right? Very important. Very, very important. So let's go back to the comment section, see what you guys said about variadic functions, right? So somebody is saying, thank you for your effort. Yeah, You're very welcome. Somebody is saying, well done, sir. I was asking about using Bash script to submit my Vim assignment. Okay, so somebody was asking how to use Bash script to submit Vim assignment. Okay, so for all our assignments and projects, we are pushing to GitHub, right? Except for the Bash assignment and except for the Bash and which other assignment was that? Bash, Emacs, and Vim. The reason why we said you should use Bash script to submit your Bash assignment and like your shell navigation assignment and Vim assignment was so that you get conversant using Bash code and Bash scripting to like do something, to follow a series of information, right? The rest of the assignments, we want them posted to GitHub to grow your GitHub repository. So anybody that sees your GitHub repository would know that you are a software engineer, that you know what you are doing, right? So first thing that you need to understand if you want to submit your Vim assignment, your shell navigation assignment as well, is that you need to be working on your home directory. A lot of you want to work in some other directory. No, work in your home directory. Make sure that your shell navigation uh, directory that you created or folder is in your home directory, and make sure that the marking script, the script that you use to mark your shell navigation as well, is in your home directory, not inside your shell navigation directory. In both scripts should be in your home directory. Then follow the process, you know, run that script and you would see your score, right? So that's what you should do. There's as well a video in your class materials that where I have done that, where I've marked for you guys to see. So go back to that video, refer to the video. The only thing that you should make sure is that you are working in your home directory. Then whatever I do there on the video, do it. It's going to work for you, right? So let's see what other people have to say. Someone is saying, I tried to use my phone, but it's hanging, so I stopped using it. Oh, sorry about that. I guess your phone has a very low RAM. But there are certain things that you could do to make your, you don't have to root it. You don't have to root the phone. I think what you should do is get more space. If your phone is hanging, sometimes it's because you don't have space. Sometimes increase your memory card, have an external SD card, it's gonna work much better. And sometimes restore factory setting. Restore, don't delete. I'm not saying you should go delete everything. Restore the setting to the way it was before, you know. So go to AI and ask him how to set your phone back to the way it was. And then sometimes you have like a lot of background apps. So go restrict applications from running in your background so you stop consuming a lot of RAM. So find out what you have saved on your phone that runs in the background. So go and restrict it from running in the background so it stops consuming a lot of RAM. Many a times, if your phone is hanging or not able to load up a particular application, is because you don't have RAM, you know, on your memory on your phone. So do those things and see if your phone can now carry it. Let's keep going. Somebody is saying, can you implement a stage of our learning journey where you select standout peers from each cohort to go for a pioneer challenge test? Or oh, okay. Okay, so that's nice. That's a good idea. We can do that. We'll think about that. Make sure you text it. Text it to the admin number. There are a few people. That account is opened on a few people's devices. So it's that WhatsApp number we all text, the one that ends with 1992, is open to a few different admins. So sometimes I see the message, sometimes some other person is going to reply you, but somebody is always going to reply you, right? The WhatsApp is shared by a few different admins. Um, just text this idea to that number so we don't forget. Okay, let me even take take down. Okay, so we have a lot of things to talk about. This our 1 hour live stream is even coming to an end, and we have much more things to talk about. How to know what challenges are out there as a software engineer. Yeah, we are talking about that. These are the things we'll keep talking about on all these live streams, right? Some other person is saying we need more active collaborators to be doing live practicals. We've started the lives, so all of this will come into play. We just have to take it one step at a time. Um, someone is saying, "I'm yet to start, bro. You are so behind. You are yet to start. You have to start learning because there's no time, man. Your personal development is the order of the day. If you understand what we do here, or if you know what we stand to gain, each and every one in this training, you would start now. You'll not be waiting for any further convincing. Like somebody was actually waiting for us to convince him to start the training. And I'm like, come on, bro, you have no idea what we are doing here. That's why you are still waiting to be convinced to learn software engineering in this intelligence age. Trust me, very soon, everybody, see, programming is not a skill for science students. It's a skill for all. Whether you're an arts, a science student, whatever you're doing in life, man, it amplifies what you do. So imagine the typical seller, somebody that sells a product on your street, right? This person sells a product on your street, and what this means is that people on your street patronizes the person, right? Same product. Imagine I'm selling it, the exact same product. If I'm selling the same product, see what I'm going to do. I'm going to build an e-commerce platform for it. I'm going to work on SEO management. I'm going to optimize it for every search engine to make sure that if you search for it, it's going to be, if you search for anything like it, it's going to be shooting out really. This is another thing AI cannot do for you, search engine optimization. AI can't do that. So you're not advertising, but you're having people buy your product. Like recently on the WinMingle community, we had like a lot of you. We are not advertising, and we are having people join the community. Why? Search engine optimization. People know about WinMingle community, right? Without us having to do anything, without us having to advertise. There are a lot of people that are not here currently, right? And and I'm going to make more sales because I'm able to reach more people, much more than the average person that does not have any idea of software engineering, right? I understand how to make people that search for a particular commodity to come to my platform, and I know what they are searching for. Like I told you guys, Jumia do. AI cannot implement this for you. You have to be an engineer yourself to understand the basics. I taught you guys about variadic functions. We were talking about variadic functions. We've not forgotten. I'm still reading down to see what people would say about variadic functions. But then, while we are talking about all of these things, is so that we grow and we start understanding how software engineers see the world, right? So if I do such same business the same woman is doing, I'm going to implement payment APIs on the platform so people will pay me from anywhere that they are. I'm as well going to implement shipping APIs for all the countries. So people from China will patronize me. The commodity is just going to take a lot of time. Let's say 2 weeks to get to the person. But then I can sell to somebody in China. But the average woman on your street cannot, right? So these are the things. And guess what? I don't have to do anything about selling to the person in China. Like I don't have to carry it to like I'm going to integrate shipping APIs. The shipping company will send a rider to my shop to pick the commodity and take it to the person. And guess what? We as well, we are going to implement to pay for what do they call it in case of damage. What do they call it when you buy something? There's this payment we do in the contract. So the shipping company bears the brunt of any damage. They will pay for the commodity while it's in their custody, right? So so like there are a lot of things that we can do as software engineers to make more money. Trust me, I'm obviously going to make more money than the average person selling, let's say, clothes. Or you see all those girls selling clothes on their DMs. If I should start selling clothes, trust me, I'm going to make much more money than any girl. Why? Because I know what to do to reach more people. Business is just about visibility, right? It's not about it's just about the amount of people seeing what you do. It's about the amount of people that see what you do. If I'll be telling you guys to read a lot of books, right? So in this community, we are not just teaching you the tech part of it. We want to teach you the financial aspect and the legal aspect. So you guys have to read a lot of books. And one of the first books that I'm going to recommend to you guys is 100 million offers, right? You have to know how to pitch, to sell something. We are going to teach you how to sell. We want to bring out the salesman in you. Regardless of what you build, you have to sell it, right? The reason why most people build stuff, most software engineers in the making build stuff and they're not able to make money from it is because they are not able to sell what they built. You know, a lot of software engineers are like nerds. They read a lot of book, a lot of programming, they know, but they are not outspoken. They are not able to sell what they built. And I'm not like that. Trust me. I was a businessman in the making. Like I told you, I'm an accountant. So I'm a businessman in the making. I know how to sell what I have built, and yet I have the technical expertise as well to build what I want to build. This is another skill that we want to bestow on you guys to ensure that you understand and are able to build, you know, the products that you manage and become very successful, right? So let's see what people are saying in the comment section. Okay, so let's scroll down. Yeah, I can see somebody talking about uh, a variadic function. Yes, so the person is saying a variadic function is a function that takes a changing or a variable, yeah, or a variable number of arguments. Yeah, I thought that. You are a good student. This is God praise saying this. You are correct. Another person is saying variadic function is a function that takes arguments. Okay. All functions take arguments, right? So variadic functions. Somebody is saying a number of arguments. That's very correct. You know, that's very correct. But the one that says it takes argument, it takes arguments. Yeah, you're still correct. Variadic function takes arguments. Oh, all right. That's still correct. Somebody is saying Temox is easier to handle than any IDs. Depends on your perception of it. I have like a software engineer, somebody that is a very good software engineer as well, but he's very comfortable using IDs like VS Code and all of that. And I'm like, how does this even help you? He's so comfortable using VS Code. He's very comfortable using uh, Namecheap C control panel. So like a user, it's like a user interface for his database. Yeah, you guys will start using that very soon. I don't like it. Like I don't like using it. I prefer to write from. I prefer to just have a VPS server and write everything from the terminal. Like I am teaching you guys. Like I prefer to write SQL code. To write. I just like working with my keyboard, right? So that's the difference. People have preference. You know, well, maybe it's because I'm so comfortable. The thing about working in the terminal is that you have control. Like there's just a whole lot of control. There are like a lot of things that he would not be able to do using that interface that Namecheap or any hosting server has provided for him. When you host, what I mean by Namecheap, some of you will not know what Namecheap is. When you finish building a full platform and you host it, there's what they call hosting companies. You know, they give you a hosting server, you know, where you can host and everybody can see your website or whatever that you built, right? So there's like a user interface they give to use in, you know, controlling things there, changing, updating your files and all of that. It's okay, you can use it, but it's very limited. Sometimes you need to pay some money to have some uh, features unlocked to you, and it's crazy, man. I don't want that. That's why I taught you guys how to use the terminal for everything, right? So if you're using the terminal for everything, it's a lot better. You have a lot of control. We teach you guys everything. You soon learn SQL, you learn how to join, how to everything about SQL. You learn MongoDB, PyMongo, you learn Redis, you know SQL. There's like a whole lot we are teaching in this training. You guys are getting there. I know that everybody is still in the first part of the training. We are yet to get people in the advanced session, but we are growing. That's the most important thing, right? We are growing. So variadic functions are things that you guys should still understand, right? You guys should understand. Is one of the concepts that we are teaching. Is very important. You really need somebody saying, boss, extend the 1 hour, please. Yes, we can do that a little bit. It's almost 10. It's funny, like software engineering is crazy. Like we could go on and on and keep talking about a lot of concepts. There are like a lot of concepts. I can't teach you guys all the programming language. There are like 1,000. You know, I can't teach you guys all, but there's one skill that I can give to you. I can make you understand the concepts enough to be able to switch your programming language like a chameleon, right? That's what the WinMingle community is designed for. We are trying to make you understand the concepts enough for you to switch the language that you're writing like a chameleon will change its skin, right? So if you follow through with what we are doing here, if you understand all the concepts, all of these concepts that I'm teaching, you know, is in a bid to make you guys very flexible, to make you grow and upscale, and understand every single thing that you need to understand to write a new language at any point in time. That's why you need to take. You see those things, those assignments. Those Some people feel like the assignments are too many. You're learning about if statements, and you have like 15 assignments. You know, it's not too plenty. It's just to show you every variation, every possibility. It's in a bit to make you learn a lot about what an if statement is. Because if we keep changing the language that you're writing, the if statement is always going to remain an if statement, right? The only thing that will change is the syntax. And we want you guys to start getting comfortable with that, knowing exactly what an if statement is, knowing exactly what a structure is. So when you learn a new language, what you need to just learn is the syntax, and you know what a structure is. You're not comfortable the first day of you writing a new language. You'll not be comfortable with how the structure looks because of the syntax, but you would know what you're looking for in a structure. You know how to build a structure. You know how to, we are teaching a whole lot. Like even in object-oriented programming that we are going to be doing, there's just like a whole lot. Let me even go check you guys. Hope you guys have followed this page because it's very important. That following thing is very, very important to me. Somebody is saying, yeah. So I was telling you guys, I'm going to teach you people the business of the business, right? You have to know how to sell what you've built, right? Aside from programming, aside from all the technical things that we are talking about here, you need to be able to sell the product that you've built. It's a skill. It's a skill. In fact, it's a very important skill. It's one of the reasons why most people will not succeed, because business is like, there is a whole lot we are going to be talking about. Like there's a lot. You guys need to understand what business feels like. You need to understand what, you know, advertisement is. You need to understand what public relation is. These are the concepts. These are the things that would make you able to grow a new platform and sell it. We'll talk about that. That will be in another of our live stream. We are going to focus on that. For now, I want you people to understand that there are a lot of concepts that we'll be talking about. In our next live stream, we might come up with concepts and talk about concepts. and build, and you know, as much as possible to ensure that you people understand what we are trying to make you understand here in the WinMingle community is very important. There are like a lot of things we need to talk about, a whole lot. We'll do some coding, we'll do some building. I'm going to show you guys some possibilities. We'll talk about the legal aspect of things. We'll talk about the financial aspect of things. You know, somebody pitched to me a project sometime that he wanted to build, and his project was viable though. It was a nice project to build, but he did not have the right information. So I was like, no, you can't be doing this because you cannot advertise it. And he's like, no, 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 my idea is good. I had to open his eyes to see the financial implication of what he wanted to do before he realized that it was a no-no. It was, you could do that if your dad was like a $10 or something, but if he's not, forget it. So there are certain things that you know you people need to know as upcoming software engineers. So sometimes your idea, your dream application that you want to build should not even be your starting point, right? Like me, I had a dream application that I wanted to build, but it's not my starting point anymore. I started from something else. I started from building other little things. And then at some point I realized that I needed to form a tech community. I needed to have people, right, in my tech community. And we are here as well. We are here learning software engineering in the WinMingle community. And it's a success. It's a huge success, right? So there are a lot of things that you need to do, that you need to know before you start building. And that's why before you start your project 4, you have to do a portfolio pitch, because you have a one-on-one mentorship, a one-on-one, guide. A technical mentor will guide you. I am available. In fact, I'll be the one guiding a lot of you when you get to the uh, portfolio pitch part of your training. You pitch your portfolio project to me directly, and I'll guide you. Like, I'll tell you guys what you need to know, what you need to do to get the best out of your portfolio project, right? And to advertise it. So, about the book, the 100 million offers, is written by Alex Homozy, something like that. Alex Homozy. Homozy is spelled Hormozi. So that's the name of the book, 100 million offers. You guys should go read it, right? This is not me advertising his book. It's a good book for you guys to learn. It will take like a bit of your time. Create time to read these books. Any book I tell you to read, make sure that you read it. It's good for you. It's going to teach you how to sell a product, right? It's going to teach you how to sell a product. It's very important knowing how to sell a product. We'll create time to talk about this, but before we create that time, there are a lot of people that you need to hear. You need to hear Forbes Riley. She's a very big salesman. She I think is the best salesman in the world currently. She know how to sell, how to pitch, right? You need to know how to pitch a product to someone. Like, in few words, how do you pitch it? The first thing you tell people when it comes to sales determines if you're going to get their attention in the long run or not, right? So we'll be talking about that in another class, because as much as we want you people to build tech businesses, we want you to be able to manage it, run it on your own. There is another community that you'll be joining after this uh, WinMingle community training. And that community is for everybody that emerges a successful software engineer, that finishes our final project, right? And starts managing what they are building. We'll add you to the new community where you would now, you know, everybody in that community is going to be a tech entrepreneur, regardless of whether you started making so much money or not. So some of us will make money fast, some of us will struggle a little, but all of us will make money in the long run, right? So I'm going to be there in that community as well. I'm not disclosing the name of the community to you guys yet, but you will know that when you're graduating, it's very important we stick together. They say birds of the same feather flock together. It's a nice saying. We are still going to be together in the next community where we rub our minds to ensure that we, make much more money out of this skill. So everybody here is going to be a tech entrepreneur. That's very important. Note that I don't want you working for anybody. Even I have quit my software engineering job. I quit, but my boss have been paying me my salary. I don't know why. He doesn't want to lose me. It's funny. Like I was just here like some few days back, and I received another month's salary. I'm like, hey, bro, come on. I quit already. it's it's really funny, but I loved it. I was really happy to see, when you see some huge amounts in your account and you didn't have to work for it. Those kind of money is really, really nice. It feels really nice to have that kind of money. Anyways, um, let me go back to the comment section and see what you guys are saying. Yes, so I talked about 100 million offers. You guys should go get that book. Start reading it. Create time in the morning for that book. When you wake up in the morning, make sure you read something. You do your exercise and then you start your day, right? So start with 100 million offers. If you've read the book, say something. Say hi, so we know that you've already read it. It's very important. That book is not it's not a book that you just read once and you throw it away. You keep reading it. You read it and you read it again. You know, if you're a Christian, they used to say hearing and hearing again is what builds faith, right? So you read the book and you read the book again. You always keep reading that book till you're able to implement the grand slam offer that the book teaches us in whatever you do, in whatever product that you sell, right? So it's very important. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Somebody is saying, before I joined this program, I was using VS Code. I'm still finding it difficult. I'm still finding my feet using terminals. Yeah, it takes a while, but the truth about the matter is when you start using terminals, you you can do anything. Everything is possible using a terminal, right? So go learn. There are a lot of things you need to learn about bash scripting. Go learn about bash scripting. Bash scripting, all the tasks that you do, recurrent tasks that you do, you can write a bash script that just fires up on your computer and solves a particular problem, for you, just like that. Imagine you were supposed to do something every day. Let's see, what do you do every day? Let's say you compute a list every day and you send it to your boss. You could write a bash script that computes the list for you every day and sends it to your boss every day. So your computer will just fire up. You do a cron job. There's what they call cron jobs. Crons on computers are like setting a time, a to-do list or activity for your computer, right? You set a to-do for your computer and it fires that script, the bash script you wrote that compiles the list and all of that, and it sends to your boss just like that, and you don't have to do anything anymore. So bash scripting is very good. You need to understand it very well. It's very important. Don't rely on IDs alone, please. Somebody is saying this live stream is giving me strength to go back and face my assignments. Yes, so please do that. Very important for your own good. Okay, so somebody is saying before he joined the program, he's already a front-end engineer. He understands HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, that's good. You're going to need those skills in the future because in the training, you're going to be building both front-end, back-end, everything. Everybody's going to be learning all of these things, right? So JavaScript is not going to be difficult to learn. Why is JavaScript not going to be difficult for us to learn? Because in C, we already learned if statements, we already learned functions, we already learned structures, we already learned variables, we already learned, you know, arrays, we already learned lists, we already learned every single thing that you would need to know in a new language such as JavaScript, right? And JavaScript looks like C a lot. It's just that the data types are not strict, right? In JavaScript, it looks a lot like C somehow. A lot of these languages emanated from C. I think I should have said that in one of the training videos, right? So if you if you learn C very well, when you start writing JavaScript, when you start writing a lot of the other programming languages that you're going to see in the future, you realize that they all look like C. Like There's not much of a difference, trust me. So that's that for that. Once again, everybody in this trading should go like the page, share what we are doing here. Make sure that you tell other people about the community. Make sure other people is joining the WinMingle community and learning. We need more people here. We need more people learning about software engineering. We need to grow. We are trying to grow the future leaders, in this tech world, in this new tech age. We are trying to grow the future software engineers, right? So try as much as possible to inform others, to make others join our community and start learning. Make them understand that this is the tech era, this is the intelligence age. Very soon it will be so obvious, and people would see that it is the people that embraced software engineering that will be doing much better than people that are still depending on 9 to 5 jobs. You don't need a 9 to 5 job. Trust me. If you calculate your 9 to 5, you know, you go out by 9, 8, 7, as the case may be, and you come back by 5, 6 p.m. and somebody is paying you 200,000, slash it by the total amount of days for the month, and you now realize that you don't need a 9 to 5. Trust me. What you need is clear understanding of software engineering, clear understanding of how to write code, an idea to build, something people need, a service, a problem to solve, and you're good to go. See, if I stop working today, I'm still going to earn money till I die. And why is that? Because I have built a lot of programs that will keep paying me till I die, right? So imagine I stop working today, and I already have applications that people use, the AIs as well, as you guys call it. To me, it's just a software application, a normal software application. But everybody be like AI, AI. So let's call it what it is, AI. That is paying me. So even if I stop working, because I'm solving people's problem already, I'm going to earn till I die. And these are the little things that I need to teach you guys about financial intelligence, right? You need to invest in the right things. You need to invest in things that could pay you even without your physical appearance, presence. You know, these are the kind of investments that as a young person you need. That's the way you start living like me. You sleep. I literally wake up by 10 o'clock. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up by 10 a.m. or 9 sometimes, 9:30, as the case may be. And trust me, while I was sleeping, people were paying me money. You know, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how life is supposed to be. That's how every billionaire you see on the road is. You have to earn money in passing. And that's why software engineering is the best job that you could have. That's the only way you can earn money in passing. Like, you are sleeping and you're making money. Sometimes I wake up and the first thing I want to do is to carry my phone and check how much I have made when I wake up. And sometimes I don't even remember to check how much I'm making. I just forget about everything. And after like 2 days, how much am I worth? That's I decide to check my worth. You know, this is because I understood software engineering. This is because I have built a product. So that's the same thing that you guys are supposed to be doing. You're supposed to understand software engineering to the point where you can build a product that pays you while you sleep, you know, and you don't some there are times when I have not worked for like 2, 3 months. I recently changed where I live, right? This is a new house, a new apartment, right? Before I changed where I live, I was not actually working for like a while. I had another job that was taking my time recently, and I was not doing anything in my private businesses. But yet I was earning money. I was earning a lot of money. My mom passed, and 2 months around that time she passed, I was only coming online to make videos for WinMingle community. I was not working, but I was still earning a lot of money. Why? Because I have built software programs that pay, right? And this is where I want you all to be. This is the level of understanding that I want you all to have. And that's why I said I have to teach you the marketing aspect of things, the business aspect of things, the financial aspect of things. not just the technical aspect. So our live training sessions are going to cover each and every aspect that is very important. Somebody is saying something about a Raspberry Pi, right? So please, sir, can you fix a time when you teach us how you teach us using a live session how to deploy from a Raspberry Pi? Okay, that's fine. That's one of the things. Like I told you guys, the work is very crazy. That's why I taught you guys about low level programming, right? So you could actually write a program that you run on a hardware, right? Like raspberries and all of that. You could write the Python code, you could write the C code, you could write anything, and you could run it on a local machine, right? And hardware or something. It's very easy. It's not difficult at all. Don't see when we use all these technical terms to describe the software engineering things. It does not mean it's too difficult or it's something you cannot learn, right? It's still very easy. It's just the term that makes it look big, look big. So yes, we'll do that. We'll create time for all of that stuff. And somebody is saying good evening, sir. Yes, good evening to you too. And another person is saying pointers in C is so useful. Yes, it is. Every single concept as well is very useful. Okay, so somebody is saying he noticed the effect when he was being taught Java in school. Oh, okay. So this is obviously somebody from computer science department, right? This, yeah, you are in the right place. When they teach you the theory in school, you come do the practical with us. It's funny, right? In school nowadays, it's just theory they keep teaching, and that's why computer science students need to be here, right? Because we do practical. We are about less talks, you know. Some people say no capping, right? We are not talking, we are doing, we are building, right? Um, Another person is saying, I have a few friends who are really interested in the program but can't afford it. I was lucky to be part of course 4. Oh, okay. So somebody is saying some people cannot afford it. Recently, we are doing something on the WinMingle community. We are giving out discounts. You know, I have a lot of people on scholarship on the program, right? And recently I realized that some people are not serious because of the scholarships. You know, they are not serious. So I blocked the platform with the payment, with the tuition fee, which was like 1.5 billion, and a few people decided to still join us at the 1.5 million. And then I realized that I really wanted to help people, not just depend on taking money, right? So I realized that when we did the 1.5 million, the people that joined us that paid tuition fees, it's easier to manage the community with paying people that just pay money, you know, and join. And they even take training much seriously because they've paid, you know, tuition fees. You know, if you pay 1.5 million for something, take it seriously. So they are taking it very serious. They learn, they show up, which is what I actually want. I don't want people that come online on the platform and they are not serious, right? But then, because I have love for software engineers, I want to raise software engineers. I'm recently giving out an 80% scholarship, right? So people still don't need to pay the 1.5 million recently. So if you come online on the platform, if you sign up now, you don't need to pay that. I think you have to pay like 15K a month or so to be a part of the training. It's not, you don't have to pay our tuition fees currently. Yeah, and it's going to be like that for a long time, right? You don't have to pay the tuition fees. And so it's just 15K a month right now on the platform for new users. People that want to come in now, it's 15K a month for them. And somebody is saying, uh, sorry about your mom. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you, anyways. Thank you very much for saying that. But the point I was trying to make you understand was I was not working the entire period, but I was making money. We had the burial like a month after the after she passed, It was it was fast. We did not have to think about, hey, where is money going to come from? Even as I was not working, right? You need to build products that pay in passing, products that pay you and you don't have to work, right? That's why you're a software engineer. We are going to teach you all of this. We'll sensitize you on all of this to make sure that you understand what to build, why you are building what you are building, and how it should be paying you. Because as much as possible, some junior engineers build a product, and because they've built that product, they cannot sleep anymore. They have to always be pressing their computer, and that's bad. It's bad. Like, I don't want you thinking like that. That's like, bad workman, bad workman ethics, right? You have to build your product such that it pays you and you do nothing. You do literally nothing. You might struggle or work hard while you're building it, but when you're done, you do nothing about it and you just keep making money. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how software engineering is supposed to be, right? So we are going to sensitize you guys in our future meetings. It's very important. We'll be bringing this live stream to an end. And do you guys have any further questions? Somebody should. So somebody's saying, so syntax changes, but concept remain the same. Cool. Yes. If you did not understand anything in this meeting, understand this one, that syntax will change in every other programming language. But you see these concepts that we are trying to build in you guys, concepts are always going to remain the same. They are not going to change. That's how you work in a software engineering company. Like, you need to understand that concepts don't change. If statements are always if statements, every single part of programming. See, you need to know how to be a programmer, not how to write a programming language. You need to be a programmer. We are building programmers here. We are teaching you the programming values, not a programming language. So when you start writing C, for all of you guys writing C right now, understand that it's the concept we want you to grasp, not just the language. Those concepts, you implement them every other place. You implement them in Python, you implement them in Java, in React Native, in whatever language, Vue, in Node.js. Same concept. Concepts are not changing. What is changing is syntax, right? So understand that and you'll be able to work anywhere in the world. Finish all your class materials. It's very important. Very, very important. Somebody is saying, I'm falling helplessly in love with Ubuntu and the terminal helps me. Yeah, that's really nice. So, one of the for people that Ubuntu is not firing up on your computer, right? You could use Git Bash. Git Bash behaves just like Ubuntu does, right? It's lightweight, but it behaves just like Ubuntu does. It gives you the Linux shell. So for people that have a Linux operating system, you don't have to install anything. You use your terminal, your system inbuilt terminal. If you use a Mac OS, like I have a Mac, use your terminal the way it is. But for people that are using the Windows computers, you need to have WSL, you know, activated in your computer so you can use Linux operating system in your computer. So download Git Bash. Git Bash is lightweight, it's easy to use, it gives you the Linux operating system that you need running in your computer. So if you guys have any further question, please keep asking. I would end the live stream very soon, but I want to talk about your questions a little bit. So somebody is saying, I have a question about blockchain. How does it relate to software engineering? Oh, okay. So recently I was building on, remember this time they did all of this X Empire, what's the other one? You guys played it now. I built one of them as well. You know, we were a few engineers that worked on the product. I was the lead engineer building the games and all of that was running on the application. So it was blockchain, right? The goal is float a coin on the internet and all of that. So there's like a whole lot. Blockchain is like another different part of, you know, software engineering. If you want to start building blockchain, you need to first of all go learn how blockchains work. You need to go learn how coins are floated. What's, you know, the market. You need to know what the market cap is. You need to know how to add a new coin under Bitcoin blockchain, or it's like a whole lot. There are a whole lot of things that you need to learn. But programming remains programming. You know, they usually want to get Web3 programmers that understand blockchain and how they work to build services for them. It's not anything difficult as well. It's still the same programming concept. It's still the same building things. All you just need to understand is a few concepts. Maybe I'm going to do a live to fully making people understand what blockchains are, how they work, how a new coin could be floated on the market, how to build an exchange, you know, and a lot of all that stuff. They are just like a whole lot of stuff. It's a whole ball game separately, you know. As a software engineer, you can build a blockchain, you can build uh, what did I just said it just now. You can build an exchange, an entire exchange, and float cryptocurrencies on it. And all of that, you could do that as well. All you need to learn is about cryptocurrencies, right? So that being said, for our next live stream that we're going to have, we'll be talking about, we'll pick a concept. I'm going to announce to you guys what we'll be doing on the next live stream, right? Or the new concept that we'll be talking about. I'm going to announce it before we come online on the live stream, and the next date for a live as well will be announced. So with all of this said and done, and I want to move a motion for the adjournment of this live stream, right? So is anybody seconding my motion, or is somebody okay, somebody is saying, what dominant language is used in the industry? Okay, first of all, there is no dominant language in the industry. So a lot of people that build not blockchains usually work on things like Node, React, things that are just fast, you know, things that are built for speed, that are built for, you know, data transfer, fast data transfer, you know. In this training, we are teaching you about Node. You learn about Node.js, right? So in the long run, I think towards the advanced session of your training, after you finish your third project, we have some trainings on Node, right? So the tech infrastructure is different depending on the company. Like I told you guys, if you want to be working in Web3, some people use Python, some people use a lot. Like you can still see some old projects that are still built on like Laravel, and they are like a whole lot. Trust me, the choice of language is unique to the company. You know, some people are doing React.js. Some I'm still seeing some projects on trust me, it's a choice. It's a personal decision on what you want to build. Basically, I advise people build your products on the language that you're strong. You know, any language that you know that you can manage and keep managing for the long run, build a project in that language, right? So I built this in PH. I built the WinMingle community in PHP Laravel some years ago. It's not today I built this community. This is just to tell you that I I was a beginner when I built this LMS for the WinMingle community. I was a beginner as well, you know, and I didn't start it then because I had a lot in my mind. I had a lot of work, a lot of growing to do. I was too busy. Recently, I decided to go bring down my old code. Now, this is another thing we are trying to teach, right? I brought a code that I wrote some years ago, minimum 8 years, 7, 8 years ago, and I'm still able to understand every single thing in the code. It's big, like there are like a lot of pages, a lot of files, folders. I'll still able to understand every single thing in the code and update it enough to use it. And it's a full business on its own. Like, it's crazy what the WinMingle community is doing as well, right? You need to write scalable codes. You need to write code that you yourself would understand in the long run. These are some of the concepts that we are teaching using your assignments. We keep telling you guys, hey, put comment everywhere. Some people be like, we are disturbing you when we are saying that. We tell you that when you push to GitHub, write a message, a good commit message that you will use in understanding what you are doing. So people feel like we are stressing them, like we are making things difficult for them. We are not making things difficult for you. We are making things better for you. In the long run, you see your work and you be like, oh, I did this, man. It looks good. We have a lot of convention. In all your assignment materials, you see a lot of instructions that you need to abide by. Read them. Those things are really important. They are not there for decorating your assignment document sake. No, they are there to make you understand how a document should be, how your work should be structured, so that you and any other engineer in the future that wants to work on your code would clearly understand what it is, right? So somebody is saying scholarship, 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 scholarship. So I thought that I was going to give somebody in this program a full scholarship. And it's I think it's time for us to do that, right? I want to give somebody in this program a full scholarship. It's very important to me to know that I've added another person on my scholarship scheme, right? Who might this person be? Who might this person be? Somebody I want to give the full scholarship. Who might this person be? I think I'll be doing this much more often, right? It's giving me joy just to think about it. Um, full scholarship, full scholarship. Who might this person be? Oh, okay. So Boluwatife Adeyemi, you are here, right? Do you have an active portal right now? Is your portal active on the WinMingle Training Center? Is your portal active now? Can be 1119 right now as I speak. Is your portal active now? Is your portal active? Somebody is saying me. It's not about me. Oh. Kenbill 119. Is your portal active now? If I should check your portal on the WinMingle Training Center, is it active? Do you have active portal access as we speak? So who has active portal access as we speak? Me. Somebody is saying, Henshaw is saying, please, I'm here. Oh. Okay, we know that you're here. Is your portal active as we speak? Boluatife, is your portal active as we speak? Okay, so Boluatife, your portal is active as we speak. All right, so send your what do they call it? Send your somebody saying I guess I'm the person. Okay, send your wow. The messages are like coming back to back. So everybody is trying to get this scholarship today, right? Okay. So I'm gonna do it at random. I'm seeing Boluatife. I am seeing, and Boluatife is telling me that our portal is active, right? So let's confirm. Okay, we can confirm this. It won't take much of my time. So send me a message at send me your email at the 1992 number on WhatsApp. Send your email to the admin number on WhatsApp. Send your email to the admin number on WhatsApp, and let's see if your portal is active. Send your email to admin number on WhatsApp. Somebody is saying the link is having problems. No, the link is not. Gemini on WhatsApp, the link is not having problems. We are all on the meeting, right? So Bolu Atife, send your email to me. I'm still looking at other people saying that their portal is active. Oh, somebody is saying his portal is active and he has 200 over 200. Wow, Cosmo is having 200 over 200. So Cosmo, you don't have an active portal currently. That's the problem. Somebody, you just said your portal has expired. The criteria, one of the criteria for me doing this is that your portal must be active. I like this, that you have 200. Yes, somebody else is saying 200. Yeah, so Bolu Atife, do you even have 200? If you don't have 200, I'm not giving you my scholarship. I'm seeing people having 200, consistency score of 200 here. Yes, yes, yes. Let's look at people that are having Cosmo. Your portal has expired, so you are not the right person. Um, Godwin. Godwin has a portal access of 200. Do you have an active portal, Godwin? As we speak, is your portal active? Emmanuel, you also have 200. Is your portal active? If it's active, tell me to give you a scholarship right now. Full scholarship. Anybody I'm picking now, full scholarship. It's Anas. You said you have 200 as well. Is your portal active? All of these people showing me 200 consistency score. Is your portal active? So Emmanuel is saying that his portal is active and he has a 200 uh, a 200 consistency score of 200, right? So Emmanuel, send me your email on WhatsApp. I don't want you to send your email here. Send me your email on WhatsApp to the admin number, and I'm going to check your consistency score and your portal. If it's active, I'm giving you a full scholarship right now, right here in front of everybody. Bolua Tife, do you have a consistency score of 200? Do you have a consistency score of 200? Emmanuel, have you sent me your email? So I'm going to check. Somebody has sent me email, somebody that is fast. So I'm going to go check. I'm coming back to see your comments. Let's look at your comments from this other screen. Okay. So I'm seeing Anas having 200. Amadou Bello is saying his is active. Amadou Bello, do you have a 200 consistency score? Very important. Your consistency score is what we are looking at right now. because we don't want to give scholarship to people that are not serious. We want to give to very serious students, right? To ensure that such a student, I'll be doing this for one person every time I come live, right? I'm going to give a person, one person, my full scholarship. So let's see this person. Okay, so this person has a consistency score of 200 and his uh subscription expires on the 13th. Today is 10th, right? Yes, so we have our first scholarship person, Faith, Mrs. Faith Agwo Nweze. Faith Agwo Nweze, I am giving you a 2-year scholarship, which is to say that I'm making your portal access open till 2028, right? Till 2028, right? So Faith Agwo, go to your dashboard and go check your scholarship. You've been I have already done that as we speak. You already have your portal access open till 2028. So you have a full scholarship from our first meeting. So from our live streams, Mrs. Faith Inweze Akugo, yes, Mrs. Faith Inweze Akugo, you have been selected to be part of our scholarship. So Akugo, you're there. Somebody saying, she's saying, oh my God, thank you. I can see you. Okay. So you've been selected. You have a full scholarship right now. You can go confirm on your page as well. You've been given the scholarship. So uh our next live stream will be coming up soon as well. Inform people. These your friends. Inform them, right? Tell them that we are doing this. We are as well going to give somebody else a full scholarship as well. To yeah, let's see some other people that will be available. Uh, who else? Who else? Scholarship as well. So Boluwatife has a consistency score of 200, and she as well. Let's check if she has an active portal. If she has an active portal, then I'm giving her a scholarship. So Boluwatife's portal is active till the 27th of August, which is to say that she has an active portal, and I'm going to make our portal open till 2028 as well. So Boluwatife, you are now on our scholarship as well, full scholarship to Boluwatife, and that would be all for today, right? So Boluwatife, go and confirm on your page that you have a full scholarship in the WinMingle community as well. Yes. So we have our two lucky people for today's live stream. We are going to have uh, the live stream come to an end today. And then on our next live stream, we are going to be giving out scholarship to another lucky person that is very serious and consistent with training, right? So yeah, that's that for today. We should take our leave. I know that you guys don't want to go. Can I go now? Permission to leave. Permission to leave. We've come to the end of the live stream today, and I really do have to leave, guys. I can see a lot of messages firing in the comment section. I really do have to leave. Right? So Boluwatife, you are happy. Boluwatife, we are giving you full scholarship and we can leave right now, right? So we'll have I'm going to discuss and relate to you guys the next time that we'll be having this live stream, and I'm as well going to tell you guys uh the topic, what we'll be talking about, if it's going to be a concept that we'll be learning, cultivating, building, discussing, whatever it's going to be. I'm going to tell you guys what it is, and then we'll come online for the live. Make sure that you share the um make sure that you share the link, share the good news, tell everybody that we are training, we are teaching software engineering, tell everybody we have the most comprehensive software engineering curriculum in the whole of, I don't want to say, I'm trying as much as possible to say in this part of the world, right? We have the most comprehensive curriculum. We are teaching the right way. You go through our curriculum, you're able to finish it too. You're going to graduate as an entrepreneur. Regardless, you are going to have the right knowledge, the right concepts at your fingertips. You'll be able to write and upskill to write any other language you want to write. And as well, you can work anywhere in the world. So this is the best place to be. This is the best place to learn software engineering. This is the best place to grow. This is the best place to prepare yourself for this AI age that we are currently. Make sure that you take your training seriously. I would love to see you guys in the next live stream. Somebody is crying in the chats that he was not giving scholarship today. Today might not be your turn. Congratulate others. Your turn might be next week. Be faithful, be consistent, and you are going to get there as well, right? Somebody is saying he has 200 as well. You were late to send your email and all of that. People that were fast enough had sent, and they have their scholarship, full scholarship, full 2 years. I like seeing people grow, and that's why I do what I do. That's why I give everybody the opportunity to learn software engineering without having to pay the bulk tuition fees. I know people that give quality training as much as I do. Recently, I saw some people doing data analytics, and their registration fees alone is about 30,000 to register, like application fee of 30K for a training for, what do they call it, virtual assistant or something like that. And their tuition fee was 100 and something thousand for virtual assistant, 2 months training. It was crazy. I like seeing people grow. I want to see you guys grow, and that's why I make sure you people can afford to grow, on the WinMingle training program. And we are teaching the best skill available. We have the best available resources. We have everything that somebody needs to be a success as a software engineer. Share the good news. Yeah, that reminds me, right? Um, if you're able to bring 10 persons to sign up in the WinMingle training program, right? And on you're able to make 10 persons sign up on the WinMingle training program. Text me, tell me I'm going to give you a scholarship, right? So I want everybody to be telling people about what we are doing here, you know. Tell people about what we do here, and you will grow as well. Don't grow alone. Don't try to learn alone and have all the information and make money alone. Make sure that you carry people along. Oluwatife is saying, God bless me. Amen. And God bless you too. And bless all of you that have been on this live stream. All right. So I beg to take my leave. All right. This is the end of the stream. Good night, guys. Do have a good rest of the evening.